Hey guys, it's Stephen Freeborn here from freeborntrainingsystems.com. And real quick today, I just wanted to take you through a really great drill that we use in our in-person training programs and our online training programs with clients to help develop just kind of basic core stability and reinforce good posture and owning the rib cage and the pelvis in a good canister position. And that's a dead bug. Most people, I think, blow the dead bug off as being too simple, too easy, but it actually can be incredibly challenging and really beneficial for a very long time. And even after you kind of max out your ability to really challenge your core strength with it, it's a great drill to keep in your warm-up as active recovery or as a cool down because it just helps reinforce good posture, helps develop low-level stabilization techniques, and just, like I said, reinforce good technique that will carry over to some of your bigger lifts. So I thought it would help if you had somebody help kind of coach you through it to show you how you can get the most out of it and hopefully encourage you not to kind of blow it off and just go through the motions if it's ever in one of your training programs. So the way we teach everybody to set up for the dead bug is to lay on their back, feet in kind of that normal sit-up, traditional sit-up position. We'll have them go ahead and start with their lower half. So we want to bring everything up so it's triple 90. So it's 90 at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee, and about 90 degrees at the ankle. So everything's kind of in a little bit of flexion. Then most people tend to get in this position and they have a really big arch in the lower back, especially women. And if I tell them to try to take that space out, usually the response I get from people is something about how they can't do that because of their big butt. And typically, it's not that you have a big butt why you can't do this. It's because you lack proper control of your spine and you're used to hanging out in a really terrible position in a lot of excessive lordosis, or what our grandmothers would probably call sway back. So once we get up into that triple flexion position, we're going to then cue them, like I said, to try to think about pushing their lower back into the ground and bringing their belt buckle to their chin or their rib cage down. And that'll almost act a little bit like a crunch, and it'll cause you to have to posteriorly tilt your pelvis and straighten out that spine. So now you have contact from your head all the way down to your coccyx against the floor. Then we have them go ahead and reach their hands straight to the sky, pretend like they're reaching for the ceiling. This is going to be their start position, and this is where we're going to begin it all. Sometimes just getting in this position and holding on to it is enough of a challenge for somebody who's very weak through their anterior core. From there, after we get into that position, if we're actually going to do reps with it, we'll typically start people out with just a simple alternating heel drop. So on every rep, though, we'll always practice good breathing. So we'll get into position. We'll take a big breath in, big breath out. We'll drop a heel, keeping that posture, keeping that position. We'll pick the heel back up. We'll repeat our breath. After the heel drop on the dead bug, we'll advance people to straightening out their leg a little bit further and a little bit further till they can get it all the way extended while keeping that good posture, that canister position with between their ribs and their pelvis. So both legs up, arms extended, big breath in, big breath out. We'll go a little bit further with them, controlling that position. Then we'll work to being able to do it all the way out. Don't be surprised if this is very, very challenging for you. It's a great drill. After we do leg all the way straight out, we'll then make it even more challenging by coordinating opposite arm, opposite leg. And the little cue that we'll add in when we go to this variation is when we exhale, we'll teach them to start reaching with that hand for the ceiling and back. Okay, so when it's put together, and this is the most advanced variation of the Deadbug I practice, so here's what it looks like. So again, the key is this exercise is very challenging for most people at the very beginning, and we can progress it and make it harder as we go along. The key, though, is to make sure we're doing it correctly, which means we're slowing down, we're making sure we're getting the good breaths, we're making sure we're owning that position between our rib cage and our pelvis, getting that back flat, and we're resisting the temptation to let that lower back come up off the ground when we extend the leg or we extend the leg and arm. If you have any questions about the Deadbug, I would love to answer them. I'd love to talk about it more with you if you have questions or concerns. But I hope this video gives you a pretty good overview of how you should do it correctly, some ideas on how to progress it and where to go with it when one variation becomes too easy. And again, keep it in your toolbox because it can be a great drill for warming up, cooling down, and in between sets of more intense or heavier lifts. So I hope this helps. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.